Qui n'est pas très loin de Banganté, dans la région de l'Ouest, dans le Ndé. Je vous envoie cette vidéo pour que chacun de vous qui regarde cette vidéo comprenne que la gendarmerie nationale a abandonné mon petit frère qui est mort au champ de bataille dans la zone du Nord-Ouest.
Yeah. Today na Saturday, 11 September 2021. So pa Major General Isubu, we are placed there up. Pa FM No PT, we are placed there up. So this morning, the Bui Warriors, we storm Nkanchi, Kona Misaje, we delete a Kelebe, we harvest their sticks them. 2 sticks, 4 magazines, well loaded. Now even ID for one of the foolish clever than this. Wait till the names up. Malukam Baju Bua. Now the idiot named this. It shows that even na commander na man will be the command for that brigade for Chunge. So we don't delete it. We don't delete it today. We take a stick. So now the good news that we'll get them for today. Any place where Kelebe they hide for inside Amberland because smoke them out. Yes, now the Bui Warriors they talk.
Yes, now they work this. Now they work this. Where animal picking. Go walk up. Now they have this. Who's that I kill? Una pura I kill him. Oje bring that gun here. See what you do now. Una bring that gun here. See what you do. You don't finish. Yes, now the work is animal picking go work. Yes. Now in this way go work from Akwen. He come up from Chang, moto. Since Ami they take moto now for find me animal picking. Ami they take moto now for find Amber. They take transport moto for find Amber. So now Amber they take moto too for find Ami. Now work this way will take moto from Bessinge, we go harvest for Akwen. 1 machine gun, 2 AK. We don't know the number here they die. Because they're shooting. We don't use up to 5 minutes. They work, we don't work for spiritual well. We just go now, we go take them for physical. So we not be good there for attack the camp, we go now for attack control. So as we finish we control, we retrieve it back. They are there, they will enter there. We will enter, may they prepare fine. May they prepare fine. I want this. Inshallah.
Yes, my country people. This one are the harvest where the Marine Force. The Marine Force they harvest them on the 2nd of August 2021, where we go march into army the military base will be based for San on Sanakan. So we see we harvest all this material. And the police say due to that harvest, because of the open confrontation, the God of our ancestors, He blessed we with all these things away, not the see here. By so doing, these things we will use them, we dress like them for harvest more materials. We just need now just more funding for buy granite. We don't waste the one we get. We need more money for buy more granite because without granite our guns they be useless. Now the Marine Force inside Grand Zero. They have a so. Me, General Nkumapi, one of the Bako Chief Dom, Manfi.
So, don't wait, granite.
So, we clean up it. We want to see how, we want to help. We want to see we get helmets, we get gun proofs, we get uniforms, we get cocks, magazine, I mean, varieties, AK-47 magazines and AK-49 magazines. We get the sport wears, blankets, pullovers, t-shirts, Bibles, just to name a few. So now they have it so.
The issue on the Anglophone piece, I won't go into detail on that. I think the article plus the video this morning did a very good job of explaining the history of how it got to the point where we are today. In October of 2017, when it came kind of to a head, the Anglophone states said we want to actually form our own state, the Ambazonia state. There have been issues there with atrocities, issues with allegations of law of war issues, and this is something that it brings all this to a head. Over the last several months or so, the State Department has put on hold several security force assistance programs. Right before the election in October, I, with the ambassador, went and paid a visit with President Biya, and we had a very direct conversation with him with regards to investigation of these atrocities, transparency of these atrocities, and appropriate battlefield behavior. Since that time, the State Department has made a decision not to allocate significant money, but at the
On the 7th of June this year, the Guardian newspaper ran a special feature on the brutal campaign of violence by the regime of Cameroon's President Biya against English-speaking communities in the west of the country, which were formerly known as British Cameroon, communities to whom we owe a historic responsibility. They quoted in The Guardian the ordinary men and women who saw their villages attacked by Biya's military, who saw their neighbours and families members killed, and that they were forced to flee for their lives. They quoted the charity workers who were looking after thousands of displaced women and children for whom they warned going home would be suicide. Now, by any normal moral standard, you would expect the UK government to read those reports and be appalled. But not this government. The very next day,
authority, the government of Southern Cameroon, they said, invite the ministry authority, the government of Southern Cameroon. It didn't say the people of Southern Cameroon. It said the government of Southern Cameroon. It is a government of a sovereign nation. It is a government of an entity. It's a government of a nation. This is the most important article ever written about Southern Cameroon. It says, invites the administrative authority. The administrative authority, they are referring to the British government. Invites the administrative authority. And this administrative authority they are referring to is the British administration who was residing in Enugu in Nigeria. Now let's go further. The government of the Southern Cameroon. The government of Southern Cameroon. That is what they say. They didn't say the people of Southern Cameroon. They said the government of Southern Cameroon. It means there was a government in Southern Cameroon that was recognized by the United Nations. It wasn't just the people. It was a government. And that is why we have had 3 executive governments. Dr. Endele, Gufoncha, and... All right, let's look. Let's look. It says, the Southern Cameroon representative to initiate an urgent discussion. To initiate an urgent discussion with the view to finalize before October 1961. To finalize the agreement before October 1961, in which it was never finalized. There was never finalized. And that is what the United Nations specified that it should be. An arrangement to which they agree and declare policy of the party concerned will be implemented. That is the conclusion, in which the party agree on a policy that will be implemented and the platform, they have to work together with La Republique. And that is why when you see in 2010, when the United Nations present 2 flags to Paul Biya, it's an indication that this last memorandum of the United Nations is still effective today. This last memorandum, and that is why you see why they were presenting 2 flags to Paul Biya in 2010. The flag of La Republique and the flag of Southern Cameroon, that this is still effective and is still in place, and that La Republique should pack its luggage and leave Southern Cameroon. And here, I hope this has been a wonderful lecture on the question of the Southern Cameroon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. This is Funtong Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas on the question of the United Nations Charter about Southern Cameroon. Have a wonderful day.
There's tremendous interest within all branches of the U.S. government towards this crisis. The United States is greatly concerned with what's going on in Cameroon. I mean, we consider Cameroon a long-term friend. We consider it essential for the stability in that region of Africa. As we all know, Cameroon